Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us on this call this evening. My name is Derek Hawkins. I'll be your host for this evening, and I want to thank you again for joining us for the launch of Willie Seward's business launch. Again, you are in for a treat this evening. Before we get started, just want to go over some quick house rules. I'm going to have all of the cameras and the videos as well as the sound on mute during the course of the presentation until we get to the testimonials because we are recording and we do not want to interfere with the live stream of this call. So again, once again, thank you for joining us. For those of you, if you had guests that you invited and you do not see them in the list under the participants, you still have time to give them a quick text message or call and say, hey, we're getting started. They got about a minute to get on so you don't miss any of the information. So again, welcome to tonight's call. And again, my name is Derek Hawkins. Just to tell a little bit about myself, I am a man of faith. I am a husband. I'm a grandfather. I'm a father. I'm also the men's leader at my house of worship. I'm a retired engineer and project manager after working for 36 and a half years. I'm a John Maxwell certified leader on the leadership team. And my wife and I both received a doctorate in humanitarianism because of all of the work that we've done over 20 years in helping with our community. So again, that's who I am. Just wanted to give you a quick intro. And again, you are here because you were asked to come to hear about some information that is truly and incredible. Imagine if you can harness the power of light to heal yourself. Welcome to what we call Life Wave. Let's get right into why you're here. Again, I'm going to start with a short video. It's about 3 minutes long. After the video, I'm going to come back and explain to you what you've just seen in the video. I'm going to tell you about this incredible technology. And then after that, I'm going to allow you to, again, also hear about how you can, and what we call improve your wealth. We are on a mission. We are on a crusade to eradicate bad debt and bad health in our communities. And we have found just that thing. So watch this short video and I'm going to come back on the other side. I'll see you in 3 minutes.
Build a website you love with Wix. For your
That's not it.
first
In a world searching for answers, one discovery is changing everything. A patch, no bigger than a quarter, built not to treat symptoms, but to wake up the healer inside you. This is X39, a wearable, light-activated patch. Designed by David Schmidt, an inventor with over 200 patents. His mission? To reverse aging naturally. This isn't science fiction. It's stem cell activation without injections, without pills. Your body repairing itself. The results? Life-changing energy, recovery, sleep, relief. And the medical world? It's taking notice. Still skeptical? Visit thisisaninfo.com. You'll find the studies, the patents, the proof. It's all there. But there's more. This tiny patch isn't just transforming lives, it's creating freedom. Because behind it is a business model built for the bold. Real people, real results. Income that scales with impact. And here's why. Because this breakthrough technology is patented and exclusive, it offers a lucrative business plan that allows you to compound your efforts. More people than ever are struggling in today's economy. You can no longer rely on your own sweat equity alone to make a living. This business model allows you to duplicate yourself and even better, to benefit from other people's efforts. So your income no longer depends solely on you. By duplicating yourself over and over, the income potential is far greater than a conventional job, career, or profession. And you're never alone. The This Is It system gives you the tools, the path, the team. All you have to do is start. The question is no longer if it works, it's whether you'll act or let this moment pass. Will you keep waiting or finally feel your body come alive again? Will you stay financially stuck or build something that lasts?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that video pretty much covers what I'm going to share with you. But again, I'm going to go through it in more detail so you can have a clear understanding. My question to you is, have you been patched yet? And when I talk about a patch, I'm talking about this incredible small device. It's about the size of a quarter. And this is an X39 patch. You see it on the lady's shoulders. So if you have not been patched, I guarantee by the time you finish hearing this presentation, you will call the person that invited you and say, listen, get me that patch right away, right away. Because the quicker you get the patch, the quicker you're going to see some things happen in your life. This patch actually elevates, activates, and regenerates your stem cells. Now, you might ask, well, why is that important? Because X39 is a device, a technology that's helping people because by the time we turn 30 years of age, half of our stem cells are inactive. I never knew this. By the time we turn 60, nearly all of our stem cells are inactive. And that is really important because stem cells make up the tissues, the organs in our bodies. They are the body's intended repair system. So if your repair system is broken, guess what? You start aging faster. Slow you heal. In fact, I can remember when I broke my arm as a kid, they put on a soft cast, and within 2 weeks, I was back out playing like nothing had ever happened. I got bruises and scratches and from falling off my bike and running and just being a rambunctious young kid. But all those scars went away. But what happens to you when you start between the age of 30 and 60 and you get a scar? It tends to stay forever. Or what if you break a limb? Now you replace that limb with a wheelchair, a cane, or a walker. I don't know about you. I have a lot of friends that when you see them coming down the street, they look really cool. And it's not because they're trying to be cool. They have to walk in a certain way because they have damage to their bones. So they have to overcompensate or compensate, I should say, for a bad leg, a bad limb. Many of my friends are getting knee replacements, hip replacements. I got one friend, he has both knees replaced and a hip. We call him the bionic man. But the bottom line is the less active your stem cells that we have, the slower we heal and the faster we feel the effects of aging. People are getting sick at an early age. I'm seeing young people have diseases and issues that you usually only associated with people when they got older. Means that people experience the effects of aging. Just look around you. How many people in your family are dealing with these issues? Plenty of them, right? Now, how does this patch work? It's a proprietary form of phototherapy. It's a patented nanocrystal technology. Phototherapy is not new. We get vitamin D when we go out into the sun. It's not that we get vitamin D from the sun. It's that certain wavelengths of light from the sun activates what God has already given us, and that's the vitamin D that's already inside. God's already given us what we needed to heal ourselves. We just needed somebody to figure out how to make it work. It's patented. Again, you cannot get a patent for something if it doesn't work. So it's the nanocrystal. Nano simply means small. Crystals, again, organic salts, sugars, and plant-based ingredients. It is a technology. It's not a medication. It's non-transdermal. That means it does not penetrate and go through your skin. It reflects light to activate dormant stem cells, and it activates something in the body called a copper peptide. It is also known as GHKCU, and it's a protein in the body. It was studied back in 1973 by another scientist named Laurent Picard, that if you can figure out a way to activate your dormant stem cells, you will wake up. I mean, you can activate your copper peptides, you will wake up those dormant stem cells we talked about. No drugs or chemicals involved, which I love. You don't have to worry about the pharmaceutical cartels who give us drugs and chemicals and all kind of things to supposedly heal us. But if you ever watch any commercials on any of these new drugs, what the big print giveth, the small print taketh away. I've seen a commercial the other day that said one of the side effects was cancer. Another side effect was heart attack, stroke, even death. Now, I don't know about you, but I'd rather take my chances without those medications. And have you ever had the experience where your doctor recommended something? I have a lot of respect for doctors, but they go to school and spend most of their time learning how to treat, not to prevent. So when you get something, you go with a diagnosis and they tell you what it is. The first thing they want to do is give you a medication. They want to medicate you. And have you ever had experience where you got your doctor recommended something for you? You started using it, it didn't work, it made you feel worse in some cases. You go back to the doctor and say, hey, this is not working. And they say, well, you know what? That didn't quite work. Let's try something else. That's why they call it a medical practice. And guess who the guinea pigs are? We are. Again, some people are dependent on their drugs for life. And not to, again, I have a lot of respect for doctors, but they have an incentive for giving us medication. They get paid by the big pharmaceutical companies who make sure that people continue to use these drugs for a long time. So I'm so happy that there's no drugs or chemicals. We are not FDA approved. We are FDA registered because we don't have to be. We are not a drug. We are a technology. It's 100% non-invasive. That's the beauty of it. Now, it's called X39 because there were 38 attempts before I got to the point where it actually does what it says it does. And let's talk about the inventor. You saw him in the video very quickly. He has over 200 patents. He's a scientist and inventor. He's also the CEO of the company. He specializes in age reversing technology. Back in 2008, he decided to focus attention on stem cell research because everyone else was talking about stem cell injections. These are not stem cell injections. In fact, there's no stem cells in the patch. And the challenge with stem cells, particularly injections, is usually a localized treatment for one area. Maybe it's for pain in the knee. It could cost anywhere from $5 to $25 to $50,000, depending on where you get it. There's no insurance to cover it, no medical insurance. There's no guarantee that it'll work. And the bottom line is some people will actually leave the country or go out of the country to get it because it's not allowed or approved in some areas. But the bottom line is it's quite expensive and most people can't afford it. A recent patent that David spent 10 years developing and $4.5 million to do it of his money, he brought it to market. It is the X39. Again, after 38 trials, guess what? The X39 actually works. It does what it says it does. Now, it's a patented technology, and just to read some of what it says, it's a wearable phototherapy apparatus that produces beneficial effects to the human body, such as activation of stem cells. Now, how many of you would prefer to have active stem cells than not have active stem cells? Improvement in strength, improvement in stamina, pain relief via non-transdermal container. And again, this non-transdermal apparatus, it reflects or emits specific wavelengths of light to elevate levels of copper peptide called a GHKCU in the body. And this just to give you a kind of explanation how it works. When you put this patch in your body, and many of you have seen uh, videos, movies, when somebody's wearing night vision goggles, they can literally see someone a mile away. Or if they're searching for children at night in the forest or somewhere, they can use these glasses or goggles to see people because we are light beings. We give off heat, we give off energy, we give off light. So what this patch does, it acts as a mirror because of the way it's designed. It actually reflects it at just the right frequency. And when you reflect it at the right frequency, it activates your copper peptides. And as I said earlier, and as we discovered back as early as 1973, if you can activate your copper peptides, you wake up dormant stem cells. And guess what happens when your stem cells are woken and actually active? It starts to go through the body and search for things to fix and repair. It took David 38 trials, and on trial 39, the magic happened. That's why it's called X39. The benefits of them are many: increased strength, reduced inflammation, energy and vitality improves, increase in your stamina, your mental clarity. I'm going to share with you a scan of a 77-year-old woman who had migraine headaches for many, many years. She tried everything, nothing worked for her, and the patch did what it said it does. Restore muscle to skeletal conditions. For all of you who know people that have challenges with the muscles, their skeleton pain, inflammation, it helps you improve in sleep. One of the first things you'll notice is improvement of sleep. And quickly telling my story, I had sleep apnea. I also had discomfort in my lower back. And so when my friend shared with me this patch, the first thing I said was, you got to be kidding me. That little thing is going to help me. So in the first week, I didn't even tell my wife I was trying out the patch. She noticed it right away because with sleep apnea, I keep her up all night. She couldn't sleep comfortably because she sounded like I was going to stop breathing. So the first week that I used the patch, she said, "What are you doing?" I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "You're sleeping like a baby. You stop snoring, and you're more comfortable." Because even with the discomfort in my lower back, I had to lay just in the right position. Otherwise, I'm tossing and turning all night. That was another reason. That was the main reason for me wanting to try the patch. Well, it took 3 weeks before I realized it, but in 3 weeks, guess what happened? The discomfort went away. I could sleep anywhere I wanted to. I stopped going to physical therapy. I haven't been back for 2 years because that is the benefit of the patch. Improvement in skin appearance is another thing. Your collagen. There's so many things. There's so many benefits that is too many to name here. But understand that it works. LifeWave products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. The patch just assists your body. It wakes your body up, and your body does the work. That's the beauty of it. This is the brain scan I was talking about. This is the brain scan of a 77-year-old woman. She had a 6-week trial to come and check out the patches. So in the first week, as you can see on the far left, you see a reddish orange area. That represents inflammation in the brain, lack of brain coherence. Look what happened after 3 weeks of wearing the patch. Session number 2, 3 weeks, no more inflammation, improved brain coherence. And then look what happened after 6 weeks of wearing the patch, a complete turnaround, better brain coherence. And just understand, even though this is the brain scan, this is a scan of someone's brain, Again, this represents your body. Stem cells are throughout your body. So this could be your heart, your liver, your bone, your blood, your hair, your nails, your skin. Anywhere in your body where you have stem cells, guess what? This is what is happening in the body. That's the power of the patch. Now, let's talk about how the long-term results of the patch. Within the first few days, 4,000 genes begin to reset. That is significant because there have been studies done about the benefits of drinking red wine. There's an ingredient in red wine called resveratrol, which is basically the extract of a grapeseed. But they said if you drink enough red wine, I think an 8-ounce glass of wine, you can reset about 2 of your genes. Could you imagine how much red wine you need to drink to reset 4,000 of your genes? So that's why in the first couple of days, some people notice things like they sleep better, have more energy, they have the inflammation starts to change. But everybody's body is different. We all took a long time beating up our bodies. We all have a different black box inside, so it's going to work differently for everyone. But remember what I said earlier, you cannot get a pat for something if it does not do what it says it does. Your brain becomes balanced within 6 weeks. Within 3 months, your collagen increase, and within 6 months, your heart reverses in age. You have 2 ages. You have your physical age and you have your vascular age. Your physical age is a representation of how many years you had or how many trips you had around the sun. So if you had 60 trips around the sun, you are 60 years of age. But your vascular age is a measurement of how well conditioned your body is, your blood, how well does it flow. And there are some people who look a lot younger or carry themselves a lot younger than their actually age shows. And there are other people who look and seem to be a lot older than their age represents because of how we treat our bodies, what we eat, do we exercise, the stress that we're exposed to. So again, for every 6 months that you wear the patch, it says your heart reverses and vascular age by 8 years. Many people are going back to their doctors after wearing the patch for 6 months. And a lot of them say the doctors cannot believe what they see. They don't know what they've been doing. They say, but whatever you're doing, keep doing it. A lot of times it has to do with wearing a patch. It's not anti-aging, it's age reversing. That's a quote from David Schmidt. He is the inventor of the patch. Now, how do you wear the patch? Very simply, you wear the patch for 12 hours on and 12 hours off. It's an adhesive on one side. You pull off the adhesive, you put on the patch. I have one on my arm right now. You can see it. And I put it on at 8 o'clock in the morning. I take it off at 8 o'clock at night. Of course, I kept it on a little bit longer so you can see it. And you let your body rest because it is known that our body repairs and rejuvenates when it's in a state of repair, when it's at a state of rest, I should say. Then you throw the patch away. Women, wives, do not give the used patch to your husband. Get him a new patch. Then you put a new patch on and repeat it daily. You can wear more than one patch at a time, but generally one is all you need. Drink plenty of water, preferably alkaline water or water that has minerals in it, but you want to drink fresh, clean water. You can even drink coconut water, but the bottom line is you want to stay hydrated because we just don't drink enough water. It's no secret that anytime you go into a hospital, particularly if you go into the emergency room, the first thing they're going to do is hydrate you because you need water. What water represents, it represents flow. It moves things around. So I know we like juice and sodas and different kind of drinks, but your body loves water. That's what it loves most. So give it what it likes and it'll treat you better. Now, sounds so sophisticated, yet simple to explain. This patch again is a non-transdermal apparatus. It's a technology. When you put it on your skin, it reflects light back inward. The heat, the energy that's trying to leave your body goes back inward because it's going back at a certain frequency. It sends a signal to your copper peptides. And once that happens, your stem cells wake up, start stretching, and they start scavenging. They start going through the body to see where it's needed the most. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a moment because we have a couple of testimonies to share. And for those of you, again, if you are a guest and please take a moment during the course of the presentation and put your name in the chat and just say who invited you. For example, if my name is Anthony, I was invited by Derek. So whoever invited you, put that in the chat. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm going to reach out to a couple of my partners. I'm going to start with our host. Again, many of you are here because Willie Seward is launching his business tonight. So Will, I'm going to ask you if you can go ahead and unmute and also come off camera and share with all our guests and tell them your experience with the patch. There you go. We can see you, but go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you to you and Dr. Stroman and the other leaders that have been really helpful in this process. My testimony actually started a while back. It was because I have many brothers, but I have two brothers that we would get together on three-way calls and we would talk to each other. And a lot of the times we were talking about the things you mentioned earlier, about how doctors always want to give us a subscription to get more medications that had side effects, needed more medications, all of those kinds of things. We were tired of it. And we decided that, okay, well, we're going to go on a search and we're going to look for something outside of drugs to do this. So we started looking and we tried all kinds of different supplements, all kinds of things that were on TV. We tried a lot of stuff. We were sending pills to each other, sharing stuff, all kinds of things. And the thing of it is that when I found this, when Dr. Stroman said to me, "Don't worry about it. I got you covered. I got you," he said. And that's what it was. It was the patch. So I started using that at the time. I was really, really struggling with the diabetes thing. My glucose numbers were through the roof. And I virtually said, I actually spoke it, man, I don't know if I'm going to make it through this. And so I'm so glad that I got the patch because those numbers went from 300 and 400 and above down to right now it's in the 100 range, but I've gone as low as 88 now, just because of that's the only difference, the patch. So the unfortunate part to that is that one of my brothers didn't make it. He didn't make it through that. So and I hear it all the time where folks have this chance to share this with other people and they say they just didn't do it and they wish they had. This was a different situation. I hadn't found it yet. But my other brother, he is on this call right now and he is starting, I think he's in his first week of using the patch, and he's already noticed some things too. I was one of those, what you guys were calling the one patch wonder, because I've found energy day one, and that was a big thing for me. And then, like I said, those numbers went down, and it's just been a happy event, and I wanted to share it with everybody. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you for sharing that testimony. That's incredible. Again, and we've had that time and time again. We have people again that have loved ones that they know are suffering with something, and a lot of things just aren't working. So you'd have nothing to lose and everything to gain. So we appreciate you on that. And so I'm going to ask another Mr. Michael Huggins, if you don't mind coming off mute and sharing with us your testimony. Mr. Michael Huggins, are you there?
Yes, I am.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Huggins.
Yes, good evening, folks. Thank you, Derek, for inviting me to share my testimony also. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, and growing up, playing basketball well into my 50s with my son. New York is a concrete jungle, so there are no wood floors to play on. So right now, I've had no knee replacement on both knees. I've been using the patch for about 2 years now, and I'm legally blind, and that was my reason for getting the patch. When Derek introduced me to the patch, and I listened to the explanation. Being an engineer, I understood the science that David Schmidt was talking about. So I told Derek, I'm all in. I have nothing to lose because the doctors tell me glaucoma is non-curable. So I told him I'm in this for life. So when I started using the patches, I'm looking for the one patch wonder on my eyes. But glaucoma, as complicated as it is, that wasn't going to happen. But the first day I put the patch on, and I'm looking for everything to happen. The only thing that happened was I had 6 bowel movements. I've never had 6 bowel movements in one day. And before I went to bed, I got in my notebook and I wrote it down. The next day, I got up, put my patch on again, and I'm charting everything. And what I noticed was I didn't need to take any allergy medicine. I developed late stage allergies, and I was taking Benadryl and Allegra as if I was eating candy. That's how much I was taking it back to back, taking in the daytime, Allegra in the daytime so I wouldn't be sleepy, and taking Benadryl so I can go to sleep. So I haven't taken any medication in over 2 years for that. Um, I've been on high cholesterol medicine since 1992. I've done everything, played basketball, played football, run around the park, did swimming, jogged, everything, and I could not get my cholesterol down. After being on the patch for at least 6 months, I went to the doctor and she said my cholesterol was in the safe zone. Um, I choose to be bald, but now I used to have to shave every 3 days. Now I have to shave every day. My hair and nails grow back that much faster. Let's see where else I am. I've had knee replacement surgery. And although you have knee replacement surgery, you still have that residual pain because you're partially mechanic now. I have no pains in my knees. I developed plantar fasciitis. I have no pain there. I had a swollen ankle where I tore up my ankle playing basketball. The inflammation has gone down and no pain in my ankle either. I thought I was going to need hip replacement surgery. There's no pain there either. So lower back also. So actually, I'm actually pain free these days. Um, so one thing I did notice after being on the patch for about 2 months, I saw some differences within my eyesight. I started to be able to see colors a little bit brighter, yellow, green, blues, reds. And that was testimony that it's working, it's doing some work on the glaucoma, but I'm keeping at it. And after 2 years, it hasn't cured me, but I'm still optimistic because I know how complicated curing glaucoma is. Mr. Hawkins, that's my testimony, and I'll give it back to you now.
Thank you very much, Mike, for sharing that. Again, that's powerful. Again, for those of you, again, who are hearing it for the first time, you're going to, again, take heed what he shared. Everybody's black box is different, but it's working on other areas. But again, the bottom line is it is working. So I'm going to shift gears a little bit. Again, as we said earlier, I'm talking about wealth. When I say wealth, I actually mean health, because your health is your wealth. And if you think about it, if you had a choice to have $1 million, but you're on medication, you're in pain, you can't get around, you're tired all the time, you don't have energy, or would you rather have your health and be able to get around and do everything? Well, what if you have the chance to have both? Well, that's what this opportunity offers. We talked about the health benefits, but let's move on now, talk about how this package can benefit you other ways. We can provide health freedom, financial freedom, but how about time freedom? That's what would it get you. If you have your health freedom, you just patch can help you get that health freedom we talked about. And then once you do that, if you take advantage of an opportunity by simply sharing the patch, what we do is we wear the patch, we share the patch with others. Some people, and they continue to do the same for every person that we share with and who shares with other people. There's volume generated. That volume can actually convert into commissions, and the company will send you a nice thank you for sharing with other people. So if you care about people that you love and that in your family that you know are having challenges, you have an opportunity to give them health freedom as well as financial freedom. And what better way to get time freedom if you have both? Because now you can do what you want when you want. You can go to the restaurant. You can, instead of reading the menu from right to left, you can read it from left to right, and you can stop going sleeve shopping. Sleeve shopping is when you go into the store, you see something you like until you see the price. Wouldn't it be nice to go into the store, see something you like, and just take it to the counter and not even concern yourself with the price? Well, those opportunities are here with you. So let's talk about how you can do that. I'm going to ask you to shift gears a little bit. I want you to put on your business hat. If you're looking at a business, what are the criteria? What are the things that you will look for to say to yourself, this is it? In fact, that's the name of our team. It's called This Is It, because once people discover the patch, they realize that this is it. But now we're going to talk about how it is financially. Now, let's talk about the company. the strength of the company, 20-year-old company. They're open in over 75 countries. The reason it's successful is because it's not a Me Too product. Like most companies have weight loss, skincare, supplements, and vitamins. Not that there's anything wrong with those types of products, but you can literally get them from hundreds, if not thousands, of other places and companies because they're not unique. The company, if you look at in 2021, they did $20 million in revenue. And look what happened and that coincided with the introduction of X39. It went from $20 million to $320 million. You don't do that unless there's something happening. And look what happened in 2023. It jumped to $430 million. And last year, 2024, we did over $600 million in revenue. That's over $500 million. And this year, the company's going to do well over $1 billion. And you have an opportunity to ride that wave. You're looking at what I call a Bitcoin moment. For those of you who may understand Bitcoin, or if you don't understand Bitcoin, Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency. In fact, ironically, I used to think it was a coin, but it's not. It's a technology. It's electronic. And if you had purchased Bitcoin when it first was introduced, just like you are in a position now, you could have purchased Bitcoin for 5 cents for one Bitcoin. That's right. One nickel would have bought you one Bitcoin. Make sure you maintain on mute while we're doing the course of the call. So let's say you would have purchased $1 worth of Bitcoin when it was only 5 cents. You know, you would have owned 20 Bitcoin. Bitcoin this year went to as high as $120,000 for one Bitcoin. So imagine if you was that person that somebody did a presentation, they told you about Bitcoin, they said this is the way things are going, you're in the place where it's going to grow, and you had an opportunity to purchase it, and you said, oh no, I'm not going to spend $1 on something like that. But what if you did? You would have been a millionaire, if not a multi-millionaire, by simply making a decision because you're at the right place at the right time with the right company. And again, that's what I call, this is a Bitcoin moment for many of you. Many of you had opportunities where you saw something that made sense. You didn't take advantage of it. And later on you said, man, I was there when Microsoft was first introduced. I remember when Amazon started. I remember when they started Airbnb. And, I just didn't think those things would work. Well, guess what? You have another opportunity. So take advantage of it. Now, again, the company's growing again. Like by leaps and bounds, we're ranked, in fact, as the #1 momentum company by businessforhome.org. Again, 2 years in a row. Last year, there was also received what's called the Bravo Award, the Global Bravo Award, which is given by the Direct Selling Network. They monitor in over 6,000 companies worldwide, direct sales and network marketing companies. And our company was ranked #1 growth company 2 years in a row. You're looking at David Schmidt, he's at an event, and that's our team event. That's not a company event. We are part of the fastest growing team, even though the company is 21 years old this year. We've only been around for 3 years, and we've already created 27 millionaires have been created in our team alone, and we're just getting started. Now, what's important to you? Is it family? Definitely important to me. Family, faith, fun. How about time? How many of you like to be able to wake up when you finish sleeping? Instead of waking up to alarm clock, going to a job or a place you don't like, working with people you don't care about, and not getting paid what you're worth. And then most companies actually pay you just enough money so you don't quit. And most people work just hard enough so they don't get fired. How about travel, security, better health? We all want better health, I'm sure. Again, you have that available to you and less debt. That's our mission, to eradicate bad health and eliminate bad debt. That's what we're working at. Now, to get compensated, we have a simple compensation plan. We call it a binary. Binary simply means 2. And you allow people to have their own mini franchises. And the way it works is we use the patch, we buy the patches, we share with people that we love and care about. Other people decide to just use the patch. Some decide they want to share it as well. The company rewards us by giving us commissions. Now, the benefit of the binary is because you only have a left and a right team, anytime somebody joins after you, guess what? They have to go on the left or right team. So those individuals will be placed underneath you, and you will benefit on the activities. In this particular structure, in the binary, you can earn up to $25,000 per week. We cover this in more detail in training. Just understand this. If you share it with more people, you earn more money. It's that simple. Again, so our goal is to help everybody get to what's called a manager. A manager is somebody that has 2 people on the left and 2 people on the right who get started. And then your goal is to help those individuals do the same. And as that happens, you move up in rank and opportunity. But again, It caps at $25,000 per week. That's about $1.2 million a year. That is not a bad way to be capped. That is only one way we get compensated. We also get paid what's called a matching bonus. This is even better than the binary because with the the matching bonus, easy for me to say, is unlimited income potential. And the way it works is, let's say your name is Anthony, and you get started, and then you enroll somebody whose name is Karen. Now, Karen could be on Anthony's first generation. So anybody that you personally enroll and introduce to LifeWave, they on your first generation, like your children. Think about your children. You're going to earn a 25% match on everything they do. So again, if you introduce someone and in their first generation, they earn $1,000 this week, you will earn $250. And it doesn't come out of that person's income. It comes directly as a bonus because it's an incentive for you to help them. The company says, hey, if you enroll someone and you help them, guess what? We're going to give you a 25% match on everything they do. So what if you had 10 people that you enroll and they all earned $1,000 this week? You earn $250 for each and every one of them. But you're not limited to 10. You can share with 100 people if you like. The more, the better. Now, the person that you personally introduced may know people you don't know. They're in your second generation. Think of it as your grandchildren, your second generation, right? You're going to earn a 20% match of everybody on the second level. Whatever they earn that week, you're going to earn 20% match. So if somebody earns $1,000 that week, you're going to earn $200 for their efforts. And it goes down to a third level, your third generation, like your great grandchildren. Again, so those individuals in the third level, you also get a 20% match. So the bottom line is this: we buy the patches, we use them because it's an investment in our health. So everybody should use the patches. Everybody has stem cells. We share with other people that we love and care about. So you need to have patches to give out and share with other people because they can benefit. And that's how you can find people who also want to do the same. And the more people that going out and help eradicate bad debt and bad health in your community, guess what? Your income's going to go through the roof. As I said earlier, we just came back from a conference in Orlando, Florida. Our team, which is called This Is the Team, we've only been around for 3 years, even though the company's been around for 20 years. But already 27 people have already earned $1 million in the 3 years that we've been in business. And that's a fact. For those who want to join, you fill out a simple form and you choose what we call a bundle. And a bundle will be 3 sleeves. A sleeve is like an envelope. And in an envelope, you have 30 patches. So you have basically an envelope represents a 1 month supply. So you get actually a discount because the patches normally, they actually retail for $149.95 for a 30-day supply. But by getting started with a bundle, the company allows you to get a little discount. So you get 3 sleeves for $295. Now, in addition to that, again, you get a chance to experience the patch. Everybody should have at least a 3-month supply because, again, you want to see the full benefits of it. And you have a 30-day, 100% money back guarantee. If you really want to get started to a good start, you're a business-minded person, you want to start your business, right, you can get 6 sleeves for $535. So you get another additional discount. Instead of $600 for the 6 sleeves, you get it for $535. And if you want to maximize the compensation plan, you really want to build this business and you know that it's something for you, I would say get the most popular pack, which is the premium pack, where you get $2,000 worth of patches for $1,750. So you're getting them for $87.50 per sleeve. But the most important thing is you're accelerating, you maximize your compensation, your business. And again, you don't have to get a subscription for 3 months. Again, you need a subscription to be active, which is, again, 1 sleeve. At a minimum, that allows the importance of that is it allows your volume to accumulate. As I shared with you in the binary earlier, because people are joining after you, whatever activity they create, whatever environment they create, is going to be banked for your benefit. But the only way that you get it is you have to make sure that you also have your ownership in place. 1 sleeve, again, is an investment. You need at least to use the patch for yourself. Again, so at the minimum, you need 1 sleeve. That allows you to make up to $100 per week in the binary. However, if you want to maximize the compensation plan, you need to have a 2 sleeve subscription. 2 sleeves, again, you need 1 for yourself and you need 1 to give out samples. If you have a partner, significant other, you need 1 for yourself and 1 for your partner. I actually get 4 sleeves per month because I get 1 for myself, 1 for my wife. I get 1 for my mother. She's in her 80s and she's doing great by using the patches. I have a brother as well who has some challenges. So again, at a minimum, I do 4 sleeves a month. But again, I only need to do 2 to maximize the compensation plan. You do what's best for you. So again, get started at the premium pack. That's my recommendation. If you can't get started at premium, you can get started at the advanced or the core, and you could always upgrade by just paying the difference, and you get the difference in sleeves. But the bottom line is, it absolutely works, and you want to take advantage of it. For those of you who simply want to use the patch as a customer, it's $149.95 again retail. However, if you want to get it at the price that we get at the same price that we get it at as brand partners, you will sign up as a preferred customer. Preferred customer just says, hey, I want to get a sleeve every month. I'm going to set up my order ship. You can cancel it anytime, but you get the benefit of getting it at $99.95 per month. And every 3 months, you're going to get a sample of some of the other sleeves and products that we have. Now, again, that's the conversation fund. We covered in more detail on our website. For those of you who want more information, you can go to thisisit.info.com. That is our website. You can't purchase anything on the site. There's no marketing on it. It's simply an information site. Don't do the lazy Google search. It could take you anywhere. Go to thisisit.info.com. You get information on the patents. You hear a video by David Schmidt on how he created the patch. There's testimonies on there by doctors as well as other members who use the patch. And then we have a training site called thisisit.team.com. That's where we do all our training. We go into the compensation plan in detail. We have it in video. We have it in PDF. We tell you what to say, how to say it, how to set up your wallet. Because when you get your first commission, they're gonna, hey, we got to set up your wallet. How do you want to get paid? Do you want to get paid by check? Do you want to get paid by direct deposit? Do you want to get the debit card and have it sent to your card? You set that up right away. So everything that you need to know to build your business is in the thisisit.team.com site, including all the schedule of all our weekly presentation and trainings. So those are the two places I want to send you. Now's the time to make your move. Before I do that, I'm going to see if I have one of my partners online. We are fortunate to have some of the most successful people in business. And you heard Willie talk about the gentleman who shared a passion with him. We have a gentleman who is he travels all around the world. In fact, he's in high demand. Bishops and pastors and churches are constantly asking him to come to their church to share not only his knowledge about life rate, but his knowledge about the finances, knowledge about the life in general. This gentleman is a guru. He's a hydration specialist. He's world renowned. And again, we're fortunate to have him on our team. I'm going to see if Dr. Anthony Sherman, are you on? Can you share a little bit about why people should take advantage of this tremendous opportunity if you can?
Mr. Hawkins, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Thank you, man. Great job as usual. Thank you so very much for the opportunity. First of all, let me just say congratulations to my brother, Willie. Great job, Willie. Can't wait to see you when I come to the Rock Island area so we can go ahead and do some major things in that area. I also want to say congratulations, and Mike always do a great, great testimony. But very quickly, guys, Mr. Hawkins broke it down, and we're in a position right now that we can really become what I call a change agent around the world. I want you to understand this. We have a retirement crisis and we have a health crisis worldwide. That screams opportunity, opportunity. So you have a heart for people. If you want to make an impact on your family and friends, this is it. This is the opportunity to get it. And every month, the way I look at it, Mr. Hawkins, this is Stem Cells Awareness Month every month. So guys, lock on with us. We're really getting ready to do some things helping literally millions of people. You can't be with a better group of people, increased thinkers, those that have a heart to love people. Folks, those two areas, when I speak at churches, the two top testimonies every time, health and finances. Now we have an opportunity. The tools is in our hand. It's up to you. It's like a game of chess. It's your move. Back to you, Mr. Hawkins.
Thank you. You're a great chess player, Dr. Trump. Thank you for that. Thank you for sharing that with us again, ladies and gentlemen. You've heard it all. That we have marketing materials. Again, for those of you who joined, you get it. This is a card that we use. It's actually an index size card. And on one side, it has this is it info. That's our website for information. On the other side, it talks about the benefits of X39. You put it in an envelope, you give people a couple of samples, anywhere from 3 to 5 samples, let them try it out for themselves. And again, they can be on their way. You can also take advantage of our app. We have a phone app that's free for those who are brand partners that allows you to share videos, information. It can track the people you share with. If you send somebody a video, it will tell you if they watched the video or for how long. It'll give you a reminder to follow up, and you can keep everything in the comfort, and you can have your business in your hands by using that tool. So again, those are just some of the things that's available to you. There's some events that are coming up. If you go to the This Is It information site, you'll be able to see some testimonies, and you'll see things like joint improvement, hearing, weight loss, dental improvement, neuromuscular issues, chemotherapy, disability improvement, improved blood sugar levels, dialysis, energy. So all of these are the things, these are testimonies that we have from people that have used the patch, and we have so many of them. They continue to add on a daily basis. You get a chance to see those yourself. In addition, before I close, I just want to remind you there's some events coming up. We have a huge event. It's a global conference in Anaheim, California, October the 23rd to the 25th. You can register now. It's called Share the Light Conference. Again, you can register at thisisitconvention.com. We're going to have tremendous opportunity to mingle with people from all over the world, over 75 countries. Approximately 10,000 people are anticipated to attend that event. We have another big event in January 2026. It's going to be held at Worry Studios. Eric Worre, if you don't know who he is a guru in the network marketing industry. He has a studio in Las Vegas that holds 500 people. So there are going to be 500 people in the studio, but it's going to be a virtual event shown all around the world. So you want to save the date. It's going to be January the 9th to the 10th, actually. Yeah, and it's going to be, again, live streamed from Las Vegas and then also in Florida next year. I know it's kind of early, but August the 7th through the 9th of 2026. We have another event called Unstoppable. It's going to get a gathering of all of the people I just talked about. The event we just had recently called Next Level, we had 27 people recognized as $1 million earners. We're looking to double, even triple that at the next event. Many of you may be in that category. So again, these are the dates you want to save and be real. And before I close out, I just want to say this: for those of you invited by Willie or whoever invited you, make sure you get back to them and let them know you're ready to get started. You have questions, get your questions answered, but make a decision. As you heard earlier, had he had this information earlier, who knows what the outcome would have been for his brother. We had a young lady who was actually planning her husband's funeral and decided to use the patches. And about 3 months later, instead of planning the funeral, they were planning a vacation. So again, this is literally life changing. It can change people's lives. You have the power in your hand. And I like to say, withhold not good to those who it is due when it's in the power of thine hand to do so. And you have the power and you have the information. So for those of you who may have came on a little bit late in the beginning, I'm going to close out with the video we started with. Again, but get back to the person that invited you. Come and, like Dr. Stroman said, and enjoy this ride with us. And again, and let's make this world a better place. Have a good night. God bless, and I will see you all, as you see behind me, on the beaches of the world.
In a world searching for answers, one discovery is changing everything. A patch, no bigger than a quarter, built not to treat symptoms, but to wake up the healer inside you. This is X39, a wearable, light-activated patch. Designed by David Schmidt, an inventor with over 200 patents. His mission? To reverse aging naturally. This isn't science fiction. It's stem cell activation without injections, without pills. Your body repairing itself. The results? Life-changing energy, recovery, sleep, relief. And the medical world? It's taking notice. Still skeptical? Visit thisisitinfo.com. You'll find the studies, the patents, the proof. It's all there. But there's more. This tiny patch isn't just transforming lives, it's creating freedom. Because behind it is a business model built for the bold. Real people, real results. Income that scales with impact. And here's why. Because this breakthrough technology is patented and exclusive, it offers a lucrative business plan that allows you to compound your efforts. More people than ever are struggling in today's economy. You can no longer rely on your own sweat equity alone to make a living. This business model allows you to duplicate yourself and, even better, to benefit from other people's efforts. So your income no longer depends solely on you. By duplicating yourself over and over, the income potential is far greater than a conventional job, career, or profession. And you're never alone. The This Is It system gives you the tools, the path, the team. All you have to do is start. The question is no longer if it works, it's whether you'll act or let this moment pass. Will you keep waiting or finally feel your body come alive again? Will you stay financially stuck or build something that lasts? Isn't it time to start living life on your own terms? The This Is It action plan will set you on a path to live out the dreams you have for your family. Get back with the person who shared this video so you can experience the age-reversing health and the exciting lifestyle that thousands are already enjoying. This is the technology. This is the team. And this is your moment. This is it.
Still somehow, always survive. Always survive.